Is Gerald, and I will be talking to you guys about my thoughts on the Outlast Trials trailer, which I believe came out about a month ago. I'm not sure. I get this is a bit of a late reaction, but I've been taking a break from Outlast. Normally, I'm very active on Phalex's streams. Every time I'm not on Phalex's streams, he gets a world record or a personal best. It's actually kind of frustrating me because he got a world record recently and I wasn't there, and it's so annoying. But congratulations, Phalex, on a new world record slash PB. Anyways, here are my thoughts on the Outlast Trials. So, the Outlast Trials trailer, I watched it in pain and agony, if that makes any sense. Oh, thank you for 415 subscribers, by the way. But basically, every single horror game, okay, when it does well, it turns into a Resident Evil clone. Well, there's a video on YouTube that explains it very well. I'll attempt to link in the description. I might not have enough time. It is like midnight right now. But basically, horror games always go for the cash grab, because horror games are one of those types of genres where money isn't a big factor. Where money does come into a big factor, though, is when combat and shit comes in. So, it's kind of when horror games, the whole scariest thing about Outlast is the run, hide, or die mechanic. Well, not really mechanic, but the thought, like the first thing you see when you load into Outlast 1 is you only have three choices: run, hide, or die. Okay, now you can fight. Okay, now you can fight back. Now, what is the major issue with fighting back? So, I think it's going to be a bit cartoonish, because you saw someone placing a mine onto the floor and exploding one of the patients. You are a patient. How do you have the IQ to put down a mine and explode it? I know that sounds stupid, but you guys get the catch. You are one of the variants. You are a variant, yet you know how to do all this crap. It's kind of like Outlast 2. I'm not the most biggest fan of Outlast 2, I gotta be honest. Okay, as you can see here, haven't even done Nightmare, but I have done Hard Story Mode and Normal. But I just think it's such a kind of a money grabbing scheme nowadays. Like, you just can't. Like, adding combat to a horror game is the worst thing you can do. It drives the immersion away. Especially, it shows you throwing like a cross or like a shuriken, whatever you want to say. Just someone throwing it at their head, someone placing a mine and exploding it, someone, I think, hitting them with like a baton or something. I'm not sure. This is from what I remember. I haven't watched for about a month. But it is extremely frustrating to just kind of see a game that you have so much passion about. Recently, I've been taking a lot of breaks from Outlast, and that's just because of a lack of time, a lack of patience, and yeah, it's just been hard. I've been working on a huge video for the tech channel that I'm part of, and it's been really frustrating. But it's just Outlast Trials. It feels like such a money grab. Okay, you see the other Outlast trailers and you think, wow, I'm gonna shit myself, because Outlast 2, you can say whatever you want about Outlast 2, okay, you can say that Outlast 2 is a crap game, but you can admit you did shit yourself a couple of times, alright? This game is fucking scary. Same with Outlast 1, same with Whistleblower. All those games are scary as shit. Okay, all those games make you wanna fucking clap yourself. And, you know, one of the main factors to that was the whole thing of you couldn't fight back. You know, you see Marta running at you at insane speed, on insane difficulty. You're not going to throw a cross at her and then it explodes, or place down a mine and shout Al Akbar and then she's gone. It's just really, it doesn't work like that. That's not how Outlast is meant to be formed. Okay, it's just the shit that horror game creators do. See, you know, you always hear from people who met up with creators of Outlast while they have so much passion for horror games. They kind of did, but now they're just going in for the money. I personally feel like they're just going in for the money. They're not innovating anymore. I mean, for all we can know, Charles could be an amazing game. It's just a fighting mechanic that's a bit flawed. But I just don't like the idea of being able to fight back, because then, what the fuck is the point of being scared? You get jump scared? Oh, don't get scared, you can fight it. All of, you know, the scary things about Outlast is just thrown out the window. Outlast 2, right, it had its flaws. Story was a bit arse. Characters were quite generic. It was quite a cliche most of the time. But Outlast 1 I rated 9.5, and Whistleblower I rated 9, and Outlast 2 I rated 8 or 8.5. And the reason why they're such high is because they're all still great games. It's just the thing is with Trials is that you're not going to be much. I mean, you're still going to get scared by jump scares, but it's like if someone's chasing you, you don't have as much fear. Like, in Outlast 2, you hear the Martyr theme, and you're on insane mode, and you could fail right now. You just hear her theme tune as you run away from her. That literally gives you high blood pressure. Okay, but then now, oh no, we could just place a mine. We could just place a mine and it'll explode Martyr into a million pieces. It makes no sense. How is Outlast even going to be scary anymore? How is this game brand, whatever you want to call it, how is just the general image of Outlast going to work? How? I don't understand how it's going to work anymore. Now that they've implemented a fighting mechanic, and it's been delayed till 2022. So not only have we been shown absolute bullshit, but we gotta wait until 2022. It's ridiculous, man. It's kind of the fact that if every single company starts with innovation, ends with money grabbing. 99% of companies are like that. Starts with innovation, ends with money grabbing. It's like the only company that I know haven't done that are kind of Square Enix and Telltale and people like that, Skybound. It's kind of like it's like opening up a suitcase, right? Asking for the cash. I mean, I will buy Trials. Okay, I will buy Trials. And I get you're like, bro, if you think it's so bad, why are you gonna buy it? For all we could know, it could be a masterpiece. It's just my initial thoughts on the Outlast Trials trailer. In the title of this video on YouTube, it will be called My Thoughts on the Outlast Trials trailer. Trailer I put there for a reason, because we are looking at the trailer and observing it. For all I could know, it could be the scariest Outlast game. It could be scarier than the first game, could be scarier than the second, could be scarier than Whistleblower. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a short video, but I feel like the fighting mechanic is just kind of overriding everything else. Like, you saw YouTubers react to it like, oh, well, I don't care about anything else now, I can fight back. Fuck this being scared, you can fight back, you can place down mines, explode the entire building. It's kind of like, where's the sense in the horror? And I just don't understand how it's all going to link. I mean, I feel like it's going to be too cartoony, too boring. But that's what I personally think. So, here's the overview. The overview is, I think the game could do well. If they keep this mechanic to a limit, it could still do well. This is a bit of a shite one to think about, but maximum rating. As in, like, when I rated it like 9.5 Outlast 1 and a 9 Whistleblower and so on, I think the max rating for Outlast Trials would be around 9, just because that fighting mechanic's going to put me off while I'm playing. You hear the music in the back and you're going to be like, oh, I could just place down a fucking North Korean nuke. It's nothing to worry about anymore. But the overview is just, I think it's going to be a bad game. I think just that money grabbing scheme always fails video games. It's an indicator that the game series has nothing impressive anymore. They've got no more ideas, they've got no more innovation. Horror games, you can always mix shit up. Outlast 2 went into the kind of fantasy side of it, and it didn't go too fantasy, like I was literally getting my Final Fantasy fucking hair out and outfit. But, it's kind of like, it's fantasy enough to, have a think about it and think, wow, would that actually happen? But yeah, there's my initial thoughts. Sorry this video was quite short, about 10 minutes long. Perfect. If you like this video, smash that notifications and subscribe to join Advanced Gamer, Gaming Geek 5709, your boy Gerald channel. Those are all the names that we've had. If you didn't like, comment, dislike, but I very much appreciate you liking or subscribing. Turn on that notification bell to see all the new content from my awful schedule. Anyway, guys, see you in the next one. It's a goodbye from Gerald.